Welcome to Stat Plus, where we enable smarter conversations on global economics, government policy, and market dynamics wherever you go. Trump's recent 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs confirms our earlier analysis that these measures represent negotiating tactics rather than a genuine attempt to reshore global manufacturing to American soil. With over 75 countries reportedly reaching out to begin trade discussions, the strategy has clearly created the diplomatic pressure points it was designed to achieve. However, the escalation of China-specific tariffs to an unprecedented 125% reveals a deeper strategic objective: the establishment of a new economic world order. The United States appears increasingly uncomfortable with China's economic convergence, from a GDP of $1.2 trillion in 2000 to approximately $19 trillion today, narrowing the gap with America's $28 trillion economy. Although not comparable on a per capita basis, China's GDP is substantial enough to facilitate rapid technological advancement that rivals American dominance in critical sectors. This is evidenced by innovations like DeepSeek's AI models that now compete with US-developed large language models. The ideal economic order from Washington's perspective would feature multiple nations at the second tier: India, Japan, Germany, Brazil, alongside China, each substantial enough to serve as manufacturing hubs and consumer markets, yet individually lacking the economic muscle to challenge America's R&D might. These nations would effectively compete for US investment and market access, creating favorable conditions for American economic interests without enabling a single challenger. Crucially, the US views these countries not merely as production centers, but as essential consumption markets for American innovations. From Tesla's electric vehicles to Apple's electronics, to pharmaceutical breakthroughs like Eli Lilly's Mounjaro, the Trump administration's insistence on favorable international duty structures underscores America's dependence on globally distributed consumption to sustain its own prosperity. While Trump frequently references the world's reliance on American consumers, the reality goes both ways. Sustained US economic growth increasingly depends on access to diverse global markets. This dependency creates inherent limits on how far tariff strategies can be pushed. For American companies to effectively penetrate markets like India or Brazil, local manufacturing presence often becomes economically necessary. Attempting to produce exclusively in the US while serving global markets would render many product categories uncompetitive, effectively surrendering these growth opportunities to competitors. The pharmaceutical industry illustrates the importance of different international markets. Eli Lilly's recent launch of its breakthrough weight loss drug Mounjaro in India highlights the importance of densely populated markets. Meanwhile, higher-income countries like Germany, Japan, and the UK constitute markets for premium American offerings: the highest-end Tesla models and professional-grade Apple devices. Whether this vision can be fully realized remains uncertain. China's export diversity provides substantial resilience. US exports represent only about 3% of China's $19 trillion GDP. Yet the administration's differentiated tariff strategy, with severe penalties for China while offering negotiating space for other nations, clearly signals an attempt to architect a more distributed global economic order that preserves American centrality while constraining China's continued economic rise. At Stat Plus, we're dedicated to bringing you insights that enable you to confidently have smarter conversations, whether you're at work, school, the gym, or catching up with friends over coffee. We'd love your perspective. Do you think Trump's tariff approach will successfully rebalance global economic order, or is the strategy too ambitious and risky? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Stay informed, stay ahead. See you in the next video.